Hello, mega exercisers. This is the Muscle Lady here to remind you to exercise your muscle.
Hashtag exercise your muscle.
So we have been talking on the subject sharpening your pencil. We've identified that we are all coloring pencils brought here on earth to make the world a more beautiful place. So the talents, the gifts, the skills that you are naturally born with are here to make the world better, right? Because you exist, the people in your world are supposed to benefit, but they can only benefit from you and from what's placed within you when you sharpen that skill that you're given, when you exercise your muscle. So over the past couple of weeks, past videos, we have been breaking it down. What does it mean to sharpen your pencil, right? So today we'll still be continuing on this series of sharpening your pencil, and today we're talking about wasted lead. In one of our past videos, we spoke about the lead. We explained what the lead is, which is what exists inside the pencil, right? That's what makes the pencil. So when we identify what our lead is, so what is your talent? What is your superpower? The lead in us is our superpower. The gift, the talents that you were naturally born with. You're naturally born with this, right? So that is our lead. And we've identified that when you're born, you come as a blunt pencil. It is your responsibility, your duty to exercise and sharpen your skills so that you are able to make the mark that you were born to make. Think about a normal pencil. When you buy it, it is blunt. It's not sharpened for you. It's blunt. You can't make a mark on a paper with that pencil, right? So your duty and responsibility is to get a sharpener, sharpen it, and then only you're able to make a mark with that pencil. The same is true for our talents, our skills. We are born with a talent, born with a skill that only we can do the way we do it, but we can only make our mark in the world when we sharpen our skill, right? So the lead is what makes the pencil the pencil. Your superpower, your talent is what makes you you. So what happens when you're sharpening the pencil, right? And think about a normal pencil. It gets to a point where while you're sharpening it, it is so sharp. The sharper it gets, the more sensitive and vulnerable it gets to breakage. Once it breaks, right, if that lead breaks that's already been sharpened, it's called wasted lead because you can no longer make the mark. That pencil can no longer make the mark it was supposed to make with that lead that's wasted. The same is true for us with our talents, our skills. The more we sharpen our skill, the more sharper we get to a point where we get sensitive and vulnerable to wasted talent. We're going to talk about a couple of stuff that can waste talent or cause that breakage, right? Where the lead can no longer make the impact, the mark that it was created to make. The first one we're going to talk about is pride. When you're sharpening your pencil and you notice that I am so good at this skill, you're sensitive and vulnerable to pride. If you allow pride to creep in, that lead, that piece of talent that you were supposed to use to impact somebody's life, it breaks because nobody wants to receive from a prideful person. Where you start thinking that you're better than people, now that you made it, you never make it because you have to continuously sharpen that skill, get better. You never get best. It's always getting better. I mean, ask the people whom you idolize. They are always sharpening their skills. Beyonce, she still practices. Trevor Noah, he's still practicing, he's still sharpening his skills. So the moment you get to pride and you think you are better than people, breakage. wasted lead, because that piece of lead, that sharpened skill, nobody wants to receive from you. Think about people that you're thinking that they're prideful and they think they're better than people. You don't even want to hear what they have to say, right? You can't receive the gift that they were given because pride creeps in and makes them a nasty person. So think of a pencil. Once it's sharp to a point where it's vulnerable to breakage and it breaks, that piece of lead that's wasted now cannot longer make its mark. The second thing that can break your lead is arrogance. This, I know it all. You can't teach me. I don't need advisors. I don't need mentors. This island mentality, arrogance. It's one of the things that can break your sharpened skill, because nobody can now help you get sharper, get better at your skill, and you can't receive anything. So nobody wants to receive the gift that you have. So that's also wasted lead. The other thing that can lead to wasted lead or wasted talent is never being fulfilled. So you sharpen your pencil and the resources, like we spoke in our previous videos, the resources come. So money comes, influence comes, now you are at a better stage to have more impact in your world and make more mark in the world, right? But you're just not fulfilled. So you try and fill up yourself with abuse of alcohol, abuse of drugs, spousal abuse, because you're just not fulfilled, right? It's a dangerous place to be because nobody can satisfy you. Nobody can fill you once you are at this stage. You're now vulnerable to breakage, right? So your lead becomes a waste because you're just not fulfilled. This is where selfishness comes. We are all born with a void that only God can fill, right? Another thing that can cause wasted lead is ungratefulness. So there's a difference between being ungrateful and being not happy with where you are, which causes you to sharpen your pencil more, right? So what I'm talking about is where you're ungrateful. You've sharpened your pencil. You're not where you used to be, right? So we spoke about this. It's a process. You're not where you want to be, but you're not where you used to be. Be grateful for where you are. Be happy with the progress that you've made. Yes, it's not enough to get you there, but you've made the work. You've put in the work. You've put in the effort to get you where you are. Be grateful for that. And also appreciate yourself for the work that you've done. Because if you're not, and you're pushing yourself too hard and you're being ungrateful, you're vulnerable to breakage. And when that lead breaks, and you're always ungrateful, you can't impact the world around you. And that lead, that sharpened skill that is supposed to impact your world, doesn't, because nobody wants to listen to an ungrateful person. Nobody wants to receive cake from an ungrateful person. I mean, imagine you order a cake from me, right? And I am at this point where I'm ungrateful. And I bring the cake and I'm just complaining. Oh man, I undercharged you. I should have charged you 500 rands. But I mean, will you order from me again? No, because I'm not grateful for where I am, right? So that also causes breakage, wasted lead. Be grateful. Thinking you're an island. So what got you to where you are in this sharpening process, right? God put people in your world that helped you sharpen your pencil. You're not an island. None of us are, right? So you've got the responsibility of also helping other people sharpen their pencil. And the first way to do that is to continue sharpening your pencil, because as you sharpen your pencil, you're helping other people, or you're showing other people that it's possible, right? So helping people doesn't necessarily mean that you give them money. It could be that you're advising a group of youngsters in your communities, helping them, prevent them from making mistakes you have made budgeting. If your skills is accounting, finances, give advice, to people on how to budget, how to use their money wisely. You can charge for this advice, right? For this help. But it's your responsibility to pay it forward, to help other people, just as you've been helped to get to where you are, to help other people in this process of sharpening their pencil. So when you think you're an island and you got here by yourself and you don't need anybody else to get to where you want to go, you're vulnerable to breakage. And when you break, wasted talent, wasted lead. I mean, as I'm talking right now, a couple of us can think of stars or people who had sharpened their pencil and they were there, but because certain stuff caused wasted lead, they caused them to break and the lead was wasted. We just like, shoo, talent lost. So these are the stuff, guys, to be wary of. Guard yourself, guard your heart, as the Bible says. Guard yourself against these things, right? Pride, thinking you're an island, looking down on people, being boastful. So I'm sharpening my pencil and I'm like, yeah, guys, bow down to me. Nobody would want to receive my talent. So that's going to cause breakage and that will cause wasted talent. So guard yourself against these things, because once your lead breaks, you now have to start all over again from sharpening the pencil. You've hurt yourself as the pencil. You've hurt the world that you were supposed to make the impact on. So now it takes longer to sharpen your pencil. It's not impossible. It's possible to get back. It just takes longer. So guard yourself against these things that cause breakage and cause wasted lead, wasted talent. This is the Muscle Lady, here to remind you to exercise your muscle.
#ExerciseYourMuscle.
Thank you for watching this video. I truly value you. If this video impacted you, please share the link with your family and friends. Like and hit the notification button so that you will be notified whenever a new video comes. Please also remember to subscribe to the channel. Click here for the previous video on sharpening your pencil and click here for consequences of not exercising your muscle. Until next time, remember to exercise your muscle.